Women and children and the faint of heart may wish to leave now.
Perry the platypus, you scared the dunkelstump out of me!
That's a terrible thing to do.
Hello and welcome to episode 20, day 20 here inside the podcast organization with an equal acronym. I am one of your hosts, TFG1Mike. Joining me is PecanCtMichael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. And today we've got Put That Putter Away and Does This Duck Bill Make Me Look Fat? Now, originally when I saw the title of Does This Duck Bill Make Me Look Fat, I forgot it was the episode where Candace and Perry switch brains, but they basically Freaky Friday them. I forgot it was that episode. I thought it was Shea Platypus. I thought it was the restaurant episode at first.
Okay.
So
I can see how you'd be confused.
Yeah, I usually am. So.
Anytime I see a loaded question like that, I just freeze up. There's no good way to answer it, you know? It's like, what? Does this duck bill make me look fat? No. No. Oh, so you're saying that it does make me look... No, you are beautiful. So what are you saying exactly? Are you saying I'm pretty but I got a big ass? You know, no, I'm saying I'm this is where you take an entire Twix and shove it in your mouth. Like, can't talk right now.
It doesn't matter what side it is, folks. They're the same damn candy bar.
That's true.
Left side, right side. Anyway, let's go miniature golfing after this, because it's not golf in miniature. It's miniature golf.
Hey, Candace. When I heard you were sick, I came right over. Today, I am your servant.
Gosh, what a good friend.
I brought a get well package. Miso soup. Heats itself, don't ask. Who wants to be a total idiot 3 and Rocky Road ice cream? We wouldn't want everything to be good for you. And you don't have to worry about your brothers. Your mom says they're off playing miniature golf. How lame is that?
Hey guys, what gives?
Little Duffers has closed its doors forever. And I was all set to destroy you on the mini-links.
And I was gonna bury you on the fairway.
Metaphorically, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
But how can they close Little Duffers? I've been coming here since I was little. Littler, anyway. Huh?
Sorry, lads, but Little Duffers is officially out of business.
But this is the only miniature golf course in Danville.
Aye. People just don't respect the game anymore. They think it's just golf in miniature, but it's not. It's miniature golf.
Gosh. It's a sad thing when a town loses a major sports franchise.
All right, it is time to put that putter away. While Candace is sick in bed, Stacy takes her place and tries to bust Phineas and Ferb for building a gigantic miniature golf course. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofenshmirtz takes a day off from being evil. Okay, so it's not golf in miniature, it's miniature golf.
You said my golf was good size.
Oh, Glorf. All right. So,
the innuendo is strong with this one.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there are several different illusions in this episode. You got the Disco Miniature Golfing Queen is similar to Dancing Queen by ABBA.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got when Candace gets out of bread. When Candace gets out of bed.
It's a Candace sandwich.
No. Don't even.
Getting out of the bread, I mean.
Oh, God. When she gets out of bed,
yes,
she resembles a frail Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars.
I wasn't thinking that, but that's funny. Oh.
There's a Back to the Future line in here at the end, Stacy's line, where she says, "It just goes to show you that if you focus, you can accomplish anything." She's basically paraphrasing Doc's and Marty's later George's quote from Back to the Future. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. There's, let's see, Kirby's Dreamland. Okay.
Kirby!
Phil's tree dropping apples on Doof's lawn is similar to Wispy Woods, a tree whose main form of attack is just that. And then the coolest thing in this episode is the air hockey hole, because they got that from Caddyshack 2.
The air hockey hole?
Yeah, the air hockey hole is set up the same way as the ice hockey hole is set up in Caddyshack 2.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Caddyshack 2.
Oh my god. I know everyone loves the original, but Caddyshack 2 is just awesome.
Because there were so many unanswered questions from Caddyshack 1.
Well,
it required answering in a sequel.
Anyways. Alright, so have you ever taken the boys to miniature golf?
We have, yes. In fact, we've been miniature golfing. There's a place, I don't want to say nearby, but there's a place that has like a Dutch village with windmills, and then right next to the Dutch village there is a giant dragon that you can putt around. And then closer to home, they have a what do they call that? It's like glow in the dark mini golf. It's a smaller environment, but you're inside in the dark, and your putter glows in the dark. It's like, it's all black lights and phosphorescent paint, and your putters glow in the dark. The balls are glow in the dark. It's like I said, a smaller area to putt in, but it's all painted so that you can kind of. This is boring as hell to anyone who doesn't play this, but rest assured, it's kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do mini golf all the time with my mom and dad at the time. I used to enjoy it. I think as an adult, I would enjoy doing Phineas and Ferb mini golf, because damn, this thing that they set up is just amazing.
With a disco room.
Yeah.
Let's bring back disco.
Let's not say we did.
I need an afro. Just a big green afro. Like Ferb.
Why is it got to be green?
Because Ferb had a big green afro.
Oh, Ferb had yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm not condoning the look or anything. I'm just saying it's funny.
I love when Candace writes down something and Stacy's like, weasels? Oh, you want me to bust your brothers? I love when she goes down to them. She basically says, "All right, you chumps. I am basically Candace for the day. I'm her eyes, ears, and mouth. Basically, I'm her whole face.
Her whole face.
What a good friend." So I did mention this.
What's
episode.
funny is they're like weasels, and she goes, "I totally saw that too."
Yeah, I knew there were
weasels.
weasels.
There were weasels. That's right. Well, it's funny because Candace has she got a cold? Is she sick?
Yeah, she's sick.
But she's basically, laid up in bed, and she has the opposite of Parsley voice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the wild parsnips are an allergy that changes her voice, but she actually has an actual cold.
Yeah, so she can't talk. She's losing her voice.
Yeah, she's losing her voice.
Her voice is so gone that Stacy has to ask where Perry is for her.
Yes. But hey, everybody should have a chance to say, "Where's Perry?"
I think everybody has by now. Has Buford had a chance? I'm sure he will.
Remember.
Yeah.
We still have plenty of episodes of the show left to find that out.
Exactly.
So this I've mentioned this episode before. I remember in a last week or the week before. I don't remember the first 2 weeks of this podcast. I know I mentioned this because I remember Doof having the house in the suburbs, and you look at that scene where Perry exits. The house is like 3 houses down from the Flynn Fletcher home.
He didn't even have to fly. He could have just walked over.
Well, he didn't have to, but he did. He did fly.
He did. Well, I mean, for comedic effect, Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have just walked over there.
I want the air hockey Oh, I love that. Is so awesome. This is the coolest part about the miniature golf course that they made. It was the air. I just think that's so
You
cool.
can do a little pirouette on the air hockey.
Yep. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. Perry the Platypus, you scared the Dunkelstoomp out of me.
Uncle Stoop. That's funny.
Uh,
I like that he's basically just hanging out in his yard.
yep.
He's just
Perry
having a little
breaks.
vacation, and Perry wasn't allowed to have a vacation because he's too busy, so he's
Yep.
just hanging out with him. He's like, yeah, this is kind of nice with his sunglasses on.
Yeah, with the sunglasses on. The funny thing about this is that I actually took two screen caps of Perry breaking into, or Perry's entrance into
Yeah.
the yard where he breaks the fence.
Mhm.
And the one is him first breaking through, and it's right before the hammock starts spinning. And then the next one is as the hammock is spinning and Perry's already landed on the ground.
Yeah.
Reminds me of one of the many Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors where they have, it's one of the more recent ones in the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 years, where they have Homer laying in his hammock and something happens to where it ends up spinning around, around, and around, and a whole bunch of clones of Homer come out of the hammock.
That sounds horrifying.
Oh,
Hence,
yeah,
hence the Halloween
more
episode.
than one Homer Simpson would be very, very horrifying.
Donuts. Times 30.
Yes, exactly. What else did you like or not like about this one?
I liked Little Duffers, owned by a
Yep.
miniature Scotsman. Even though
Or miniature Irishman because he is half
he's
Irish.
half Irish, yeah. He's like, if it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Yeah.
That's funny. 'Cause it makes me wonder if his name is Duffers. Is it named for him?
I don't know.
Be-
I
Because at the end, he makes an appearance again as the Droopy character.
Yep.
So like with the henpecked husband, that I
Well,
personally named. So it's
see,
like, wait a
this is the
minute.
one thing, and this is the. I'm going to put a call out to our many, many, many listeners, fans, friends, all that stuff. The farmer's wife shows up, but the guy at Little Duffers is not the farmer, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's not Droopy.
It's a
It's
different.
Little Duffer.
It's a yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different character. So, is this chick, committing bigamy here, or what's going on here? Is she married to multiple men? What,
Yeah.
like, I get that they wanted to make the joke and use those characters, but I'm not sure why she was there and her husband was like.
Yeah.
If Little Duffer is meant to be, if the little old Irish Scottish guy that's in the episode is meant to be her husband, why did they switch? I just don't understand this. I like the joke. I will always say that I like when she comes in and then she's immediately proven wrong by whatever Phineas and Ferb do.
Right.
But it was just a little weird that that's technically not her husband.
Yeah. We got caught in the middle of a wife swap episode.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Since Disney does own ABC, that would make sense.
There you go. So Droopy is out there somewhere with a very short Scottish woman.
Good Lord. Okay, on that note, what would you give? Put that putter away.
Well, I really liked this episode. I liked the evil house in the suburbs. In fact, I want to put a sign out in front of my house that says Michael's evil house in the suburbs. Yeah, I liked the fact that poor Candace couldn't say anything,
Yeah.
and the whole time she's screaming, like
Yeah, it sounds like crowd noise.
That's right. It sounds like
Yeah.
What's that
So she's
sound?
like,
It sounds
"What
like the
is
crowd
that?"
goes wild.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. It's the sound of Candace eating her pillow. She's like, "Ah!" That's funny. I mean, really, I laughed. I like I like the fact that Stacy was totally buying in to the whole, not just the mini golf thing, but I think she had at least 3 costume changes during the disco scene.
Yep.
There's
Well,
disco, there's lava lamps, there's funky
Yep.
dressed fireside girls. And they're
Well, she did take the elevator to the coolness, so...
That's right. She was seduced by the
Yeah,
coolness.
she was seduced by the coolness, that's right.
She was seduced by the coolness. That made me laugh. Yeah, so I mean, even if the B story was a little weak,
Well, see, I like the B story because it's not really it's not something we're gonna. I expect Doofenshmirtz to do a whole bunch of stupid stuff. I didn't expect him to I expect him to show up at his abandoned self-storage place or annex building B or an abandoned movie theater. Like I expect him to show up, but buying a house in the sub, and he even says, I'm thinking of putting in a breakfast nook and flipping the property. And I'm like, Doofenshmirtz on HGTV. That's gonna
right.
be good.
Ty Pennington's gonna come over and take care of his house. Put in a little breakfast nook made out of 2x4s. It's like anybody in their right mind would look at this and go, "It's a bunch of 2x4s," but Ty Pennington, man.
Yep.
That's right. So no, I really like this one. I'd probably give it a 4. Let's give it a 4. Basically, even though the B story was a little weak, in the end, he did pull out an Inator, and the Inator did, in fact, blow away the A story's giant miniature golf fortress.
Okay, so he gets out the atomic leaf blower Inator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This
nuclear-powered leaf blower.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
This thing is too powerful for him to have it on his back. And the next thing you know, because I know miniature golf courses have always had a windmill and a windmill hole, but I figured that the leaf blower thing was gonna just attach to the thing, kind of like the haunted house thing attached to it, and then it just disappeared. But no, the leaf blower flies up with Doofenshmirtz. It flies in front of the windmill, and the air from the leaf blower basically kickstarts the windmill. So the windmill then carries the entire thing. And I love Candace's line. Well, it's not going to disappear while they're still in it. Sure it won't, Candace. Sure it won't.
Still in it. It's funny because now we have a nuclear-powered windmill.
Mm-hmm.
It literally just blows the miniature golf fortress through the air to land back at Duffers.
Mm-hmm.
Does Duffers now retain ownership of the
I would assume so.
mini golf fortress?
Well, they gave Buck Buckerson the monster truck place, so I mean...
Well, they expressly said you can have it, and he drove off with it. That's different.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, and Ferb even says, well, Phineas says, I don't know how we ended up at Little Duffers. Ferb's like, I don't know why we just didn't build it here in the first place. Like,
exactly.
I mean, I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think there's any, like, buying and selling of a miniature golf course. I think they just let Duffer have the thing.
Well, at that point, how do you run electricity and plumbing to something that just drops out of the sky? I'm having the same issue here because I'm trying to run electricity through my backyard. So if anything lands from the sky, right, then I'll be all set. Moving right along.
It's time to ask the age-old question. Does that duckbill make me look fat after this?
This is a glorious day for mankind. Ready with the camera so we can document it? Cheese.
How many times have I told you to keep Perry out of my room? What are those?
Teleports. Pretty cool, huh?
You guys are so
Cool, it worked. Candace, are you okay?
Wait a second. How did you guys get so big? And why is my hand green? I'm an ugly, smelly platypus! I'm a platypus! I'm a platypus!
Amazing.
I'm a platypus!
You and Perry going through the teleport at the same time must have switched your brains.
Oh, you think?
Does this duckbill make me look fat is the last episode in today's podcast. After watching an old sci-fi movie, Phineas and Ferb are inspired to create a teleportation device which causes Candace and Perry to switch bodies. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofenshmirtz has a grudge against a company mascot. Oh, Lord.
There you go. See, now, I wonder which old movie it was that they were watching.
Yeah. Teleportation.
There's only one good one. Well,
Okay.
no, the original was The Fly. The original The Fly had like Vincent Price,
Yeah.
and it was like really old and black and white, and kind of weird special effects. But the '80s was it '80s? The '80s version with
Mhm.
Jeff Goldblum. It's a classic. It's a classic. But I don't think that's what they were going for here with this particular teleporter. Because these were like rings. These were like
Yeah.
Stargate almost.
Yeah, they were. And they pretty much are Stargates, aren't
They're
they?
kind of Stargatey. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But there were no Brundlefly references in this one. There were, there was no vomit drop. There was no fly politics. There wasn't anything here. No Gina Davis cameos to make me think that maybe they were tying in the Fly movie. But how cool would that have been?
That's very true. All right, so we open this one up with Perry and Candace's room. That's funny and weird all at the same time. And Phineas and Ferb, they want to create these teleporters, and they do. Meanwhile, their mom has lost her earrings.
Yeah, the hoop or the amethyst?
No, it's the dangly topaz or the hoops. The hoops.
It's no.
Oh, that's a shame.
I thought it was a smoky. I thought it was smoky amethyst. Maybe
Oh,
the
it was
smoky topaz.
smoky topaz.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hoops. No, it's the hoops. Yeah.
Oh, it's the hoops. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, she must be wearing the blue dress. I'm like, why is she going to be wearing a blue dress? Like, what date are they? And when they show her later in the blue dress, I don't remember Lawrence being dressed up. I remember him in his standard clothes that we always. So I'm like, why is she dressing up and he's not? Whatever.
She has something special. Oh no. What scares me though is
what?
number one, Perry is sleeping in Candace's bed,
Yeah.
and number two, Candace's platypus smells terrible. She has a smelly platypus.
Well, oh god.
That becomes the running joke for the whole thing is, okay, your animal smells bad. Get that platypus off the table.
The best line out of Candace as a platypus. Am I sweating milk? I love that line.
That's why he smells bad.
Poor Carl. Carl gets his hopes up so much in this episode. Carl, there's a teenage girl. Oh man, I thought it was gonna be a real girl.
I thought it was a real girl. Exactly.
So apparently,
whatever you do, don't Google real girl, by the way. Because then you'll find out what Carl was hoping for.
You and your Google.
I'm just saying, but Google food is strong with Carl.
Googly Googles. All right. Great googly moogly. Apparently.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I don't want this to sound. No, I don't want this to come off
sounding.
It's
all sounded bad so far. You just go right on ahead.
It's gonna sound bad, but I'm not trying to insult any part of law enforcement. But I am sorry.
What?
The police force in Danville apparently have nothing to do because they're going to also look for the mom's missing earrings.
That's right. We'll keep an eye out for them because they could be in a lawn. It's entirely possible. They could be anywhere. It's I like the Slushy Burger shows up. Not only does Slushy Burger show up, but there's a mascot.
Yep.
The Slushy Burger clown. And the
Slushy the clown.
Slushy the clown. And lunch is no fun without the Slushy Burger clown. These people don't realize that clowns are terrifying.
Yes,
Clowns,
they are.
clowns are terrible things. While I'm enjoying my slushy burger, I don't want to look over and see, like a clown.
Beep, beep, Mikey.
You
Yep.
Come on down here, Mikey. We all eat slushy burgers down here.
Because that's just
All
some
I can
scary,
think of
scary
is,
stuff, man.
yeah, all I can think of is the one scene in It. Come here and kiss me, fat boy.
That's your favorite scene from it.
It's the only scene I know from It.
Oh no, the scene when he's in the sewer.
Yeah.
Come on down here. We all float down here.
It's like Tim Curry, man, back in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. I like the fact that Perry has swapped brains with Candace, so now he's disguised as a teenage girl, and he infiltrates. She. Oh no! What's the correct gender? He. She.
God.
It. What bathroom is she gonna
Married
use?
a teenage girl. So
Right.
Doofenshmirtz calls her a girl. A
Right.
teenage girl. So
No, it's funny because he says a teenage girl, and then she puts on the hat. Perry, the teenage girl. That made me laugh so hard. And then on the other side of the coin, you've got Candace the platypus, and she's just having the roughest time because Candace can talk, which makes me wonder why Perry can't talk. Aside from the fact that he's a platypus.
none of the animal agents can talk. It would be weird if they did.
Oh, it's very weird when Candace is in there and she's talking.
Well, yeah, but it's supposed to like I said, it's they basically Freaky Friday it, so it's supposed to be.
Yeah, suddenly this platypus has operable vocal cords and can speak. But she's doing.
Brains got swapped.
She has the brains and vocal apparatus. But she's doing this terrible job of hiding from Jeremy.
Well, so Jeremy comes over, and Mrs. Flynn Fletcher says, "Oh, have a seat." And some odd reason, Candace is hiding under the couch as the Candace the platypus is hiding under the couch, and Jeremy's like, "Oh, come here, Perry, my favorite platypus." And
it's the only platypus
she starts wigging out, and then she remembers to make the Perry noise. Then she runs off, and
her Perry noise is worse than mine.
Yeah. Well, what?
Her Perry noise.
Yeah.
She's like. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's like she's choking on it.
Yeah, she's no D. Bradley Baker.
No. So I think the funniest thing about this is when Linda says, "Thanks for feeding Perry, Jeremy." Oh yeah, what's in this platypus food anyway? Mostly insect guts and larvae, and Candace as Perry pukes. And Linda's like, "Now I gotta get the carpets cleaned again, Perry." And I'm like, "Cleaned again? When did this happen the first time?"
Oh, let me tell you, got animals in the house, they're gonna puke on everything you love.
No, I know.
They don't care. They honestly, I've actually got a machine that cleans up animal hork.
Yeah.
You put water in it, you put soap in it, you plug it into the wall, and you put it on top of the spot, and it cleans up the spot. And then you just dump off the excess water. Its job is literally to clean up cat hork out of your carpet. That's what it's there for.
Yep. What else did you like or not like about this one?
I like that the boys distribute these posters of Candace all over the place, and everybody calls her, or when they see Perry, right? They say, "Oh, it's the girl who lost the platypus." And then it's, "Oh, the girl who lost the platypus found Slushy the Clown." Because she starts putting them all back. First she puts them all in a trailer, and then drags the trailer around and puts them all back. And yet manages to come back Well, first manages to put all of the slushy clowns back, and then get back to her house in time for the boys to change her back before Jeremy leaves.
Yeah.
Because apparently Jeremy was being treated to a slideshow of all of her most embarrassing moments as a child.
Yes, he was.
That sounds awful. It occurs to me I need to start collecting embarrassing moments of my children to share for when they start dating.
You don't already have those?
Oddly enough, I don't make it a habit to embarrass my children, but I'll have to start now.
Well, you'd only have to start, and I know this isn't going to happen because I know you. You guys already have 2 boys. You're not going to end up having a 3rd girl. The only reason you'd have to start doing this if you had a girl.
Yeah.
That would be the embarrassing thing. Because I don't know, boys and girls are both pretty resilient, but I don't know. I don't know how much embarrassing things you could. I don't know. I'm sure you'd find something.
I'm guessing,
that
sure.
Cruel.
So
you are that cruel and vengeful god of a parent.
Thou art as cruel as evil. Yeah. Cruel and angry god. That's funny. Line peace.
No one even knows what the hell we're talking about. It's called Tetris God, folks. Go look it up.
You would literally have to have listened to these podcasts for the last 5 years to remember that.
Or more, yes.
Yeah, because the Tetris God video from, what was it, College Humor?
College Humor, yeah.
Yeah, oh man, it just rears its ugly head every couple of years. But it's still funny, though.
It's ugly head now because apparently there's going to be a Tetris movie that got an $80 million budget or something or other.
It's a Tetris trilogy.
Oh.
That's how.
It's a trilogy of Tetris. Oh my god.
And honestly, I'm really surprised that Adam Sandler didn't completely ruin the market for any future video game franchise.
Yeah.
Because that horrible Pixels movie, I didn't even see it, but the reviews were so awful that the reviews that I read were like, my IQ diminished 30 points just from sitting in this theater. Like that. But now, most Adam Sandler movies are kind of horrible to watch, but apparently this one was just painful.
Adam Sandler was good in the 90s, not so much in the last 5 years.
I think society's tastes have changed.
Yeah.
We don't have I was gonna say we don't have a Shrinkinator. That's what happened. But because I'm trying to shift focus back to the episode here. In that, at the very end of the episode, we run into the Shrinkinator that's been overgrown with vines or something.
He used it as a planter or something or other. I don't know.
Yeah.
He says something about turning it off and using it as a planter. I should have turned this thing off.
I should have unplugged it. That's right.
Yeah, I should have unplugged. And
it's just going to use
up. The Shrinkinator is used later when he puts a whole bunch of Post-it notes on. Turn off Shrinkinator. Turn on, and he keeps hitting it or whatever.
Well, it's funny. Well, at least it's a recurring joke. But what's funny here is that we have a B story, yes. and it has nothing to do with a shrink ray. But in order to wrap up the A story, well, let's break out the shrink ray. Okay, sure. Yep. And it's funny though because it doesn't even. Well, I guess it does. It wraps up the A story, but it also ties into the A and a half story, which is Mom looking for her hoop earrings.
Yep.
And instead she finds teleporters that have been shrunk.
Yes, and then we've got, to really put a point on the whole fly situation, there's a fly that flies through the teleporter earrings.
There is?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
When she puts them on and she says, "Oh, these are much nicer than the ones I lost." You see a fly fly through her right earring.
Oh,
left.
I didn't see that. I was actually thinking if someone was just shoot at her, then she'd be protected because it. No. I heard the line, but I was writing something down at the time, so I must not have seen it.
Well, yeah. Well, Candace, because after that happens, Candace has her mouth open and Linda says, "Close your mouth, honey. You'll catch flies."
That's funny.
All right, what are you going to rate? Does this duckbill make me look fat?
Oh, I like this so much. I kind of want to be stingy with my fives because I want my fives to be like worth it. Like, wow, this is the best, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Okay.
Even though in the end you've got Perry the teenage girl. It's got the Perry the teenage girl theme song,
Yeah.
and Doofenshmirtz says, "Oh, great! Now I'm gonna have this in my head."
So stuck in my head.
That's
yeah.
right. I'm gonna have this stuck in my head. That's just put the cherry on top of that episode. It was a good one. I really liked it.
So for me, I forgot to rate the last one. I'm going to rate the last one a 5. I really enjoyed
So you're squandering your fives.
No, I'm not.
You gotta really, really like it.
I did really, really like it. I really did put that putter away because it pretty much has everything in the episode. For this one though, does this duckbill make me look fat? I will give a 4 as well. We are going to take a quick break, come back with final thoughts, all that other stuff after this.
Am I sweating milk? Being a platypus is so gross.
Do you like retro cartoons? Then Saturday Morning Rewind is the podcast for you. Join them each month as they talk about classic cartoons and interview legendary voice actors like Jim Cummings.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Corey Burton.
Sometimes toys can be so flighty.
Rob Paulson.
Sure, Blaine, but how are we going to find chaps our size?
Nancy Cartwright and many more.
Eat my shorts.
So grab a bowl of Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
Put on your hammer pants. Go to SaturdayMorningRewind.com. And be prepared to feel like a kid again. Once again, that's SaturdayMorningRewind.com. Saturday Morning Rewind was voted Best Podcast Ever by its host, Tim Nidell. So it's gotta be good.
TFG1Mike here from the Geekcast Radio Network, and today, folks, I want to talk to you about Morton's PC Repair and Service. Does your PC feel like it's a piece of dead or dying garage equipment? If you're in and around the Louisville, Kentucky area and your PC needs help, call Morton's PC Repair and Service. They have the lowest prices in town, payment plans available, fast, reliable service with custom builds, virus removal, reformats, upgrades, and just about anything else your PC needs. You can reach them at 502-294-3359 or find them on Facebook. As someone who recently partook of their services, I can safely say they are the best in the PC repair business. So check out Morton's PC Repair and Service.
Welcome to my throne room, Future Tales. The Beast Unleashed podcast is over. Not gone. You can hear more of this great podcast discussing all the episodes of Beast Wars and Beast Machines on GeekCastRadio.com. We include voice actor and writer interviews with stellar hosting by Steve, Mike, and Michael. Head on over to iTunes or the net, or else I will send you my vehicles to extract your spark and destroy you. Yes.
Alright, folks, that's going to do it for us here on day 20 of the podcast organization. All that a cool acronym. These episodes were better than day 19's episodes.
Yeah, how about that?
For $1.
For $1?
Alright, any other final thoughts you want to impart on the listeners before we get out of here?
No, I'm tired. Let's go to bed.
Let's not say we did.
I'm gonna wake up with a platypus in my bed. It's a smelly platypus.
Thank you for joining us here on Falco. There's some ways to get in contact with us, leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on this and all of our other episode posts. Send us email, feedback at geekcastradio.com. Leave us feedback on iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. Mine is TFG1Mike. What is your Twitter?
I'm at PecanCtMichael.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast or Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Palka. Wish you'll join us tomorrow when we'll be giving you our thoughts on the next episode of Phineas and Ferb featuring Traffic Cam Caper and Bowl-O-Rama Drama. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Michael Wilson.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.
She's a semi-erotic teenage girl of action. She's a feisty little redhead with a platypus's brain. You best leave her alone. She's playing MP3s on her phone. And whenever she's around, you can hear the bad guys say,
Great, now I have this song stuck in my head.
she's Perry the teenage girl.
But wait, there's more.
Aren't you a little young to be a podcaster?
No, I'm not. Aren't you a little old to be watching this cartoon show?
Yes, I am. It's good to see the nation's senior citizens taking an interest in cartooning.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
There's not really any more. That's about it.